Hey guys, and welcome back to Brexit Britain, a country who decided they was going to crush their vehicle. They went to the scrapyard, and just as the crusher was starting, Britain realised they had forgot their trade papers in the boot. They vigorously waved at the controller while jumping into the crusher to root their papers out of the boot of the car. Unfortunately for Britain, the controller hadn't seen them vigorously waving, and Britain was crushed. And that's Brexit. And also, welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Thank you for all of your messages you sent me, and a special thanks here to everyone who signed up to my channel. I feel so blessed with so much people that have signed up. So thank you so much for that. I'll go through your messages. I'll answer as many as I can, but I will like all your messages for definite. So we have Boris Johnson obviously just making a complete fool and a clown of himself. He said something about plastics yesterday. Where he had a bunch of kids in 10 Downing Street for some type of junior summit, right? So Boris, well, to be honest, the only person in the room who wasn't a child, was the teacher that was sitting next to Boris, because Boris acted like a child in there, right? He had them all giggling and laughing, and but just with all ridiculously stupid stuff. Right. At one stage, yeah, Boris said, because they were saying, about all the mammals, and that animals need feeding and this and then we have a problem with where humans are obviously too many humans being buried. So one of Boris's suggestions to a group of kids was perhaps we could feed the humans to the animals. Now I know it's going to get some laughs, but I don't know. I don't really want a prime minister who's I don't really want a prime minister who's just a joker. It doesn't bode well. Do you know what I mean? Yes, you want to entertain a room full of kids, right? And any of us would be in that position. We would want to entertain a room full of kids. Do you know what I mean? When you're prime minister, you still got to obviously you've got to do that as well. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if suggesting feeding animals the corpses of human beings is really is really the way. I don't really think that's really a childish I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You might think different on that. You might think differently on that. But for me, there's other ways that you could entertain kids. Do you know what I mean? Other than all that foolishness, and then the plastics. He's basically said, you know what? It don't make no sense like recycling plastic, right? So you know, you know. So all these years, yeah. Now the message, the problem is, yeah. Anytime Boris says anything, yeah, that message goes out, and the thing is, yeah, the people who support Boris, right? I'm just gonna say this, right? They're stupid. If you support Boris Johnson, you're thick. You're a very, 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 very stupid person. Okay, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, right? You know, that's not what just I think. I think a lot of the world think that as well. Okay, because for some reason Boris Johnson still seems to be very, very popular, right? Even when he's saying stupid, really stupid stuff, and say, "Oh well, Keir Starmer, he's boring." Your prime minister's supposed to be all John Majored up. Yeah, that's how your prime minister's supposed to be. Your prime minister's supposed to wear argyle socks, right, with braces on the socks. That's who your prime minister's supposed to be. It's supposed to be dead boring, right? Not supposed to be some clown show, right? A joke figure, right? Look what happened to America under Trump. A complete joke figure. Again, do you know what I mean? These people, they have no clue, right, about being a world leader. Right? They do it really badly. If you notice, all these populists, they all do it really badly. Right? Boris Johnson's done it so badly, yeah, that there's so much people not coming to COP 26 because you've made Britain into a place, right, that is no longer viable to the rest of the world. People are just like, I tell you this, right, you're really lucky, right, that Biden and the Prime Minister of, I think, India or Pakistan, I think India, is coming. You're just lucky that they're coming, because that, because if they wasn't, it would just be like, and obviously the Queen hosts it, right? And our Queen is 95 years old and she's got to host it. Do you know what I mean? So it's a good thing we've got at least those guys coming, because China's just like, nah, man, you guys are not important anymore, right? So we don't need to reach there. Do you know what I mean? The same with the Russians. Do you know what I mean? Putin's just like, they come, but they bring a cup of tea. And they're like, we don't need you. We don't. We don't want that tea. Not here, right? But overnight, yeah, they've been talking about the pay rise, right, for the minimum wage, because they like to say, oh, the living wage, the living wage. It's not the living wage, it's the minimum wage. Right? Living wage is probably about £15 an hour. That's where your minimum. That's where your living wage is. Your living wage is much higher than this minimum shit what they're talking about. But they have raised. I mean, you guys are gonna be glad to know that they've raised that. Right? And here's the thing, right? Normally they just say, you know what, them working class, yeah, they deserve 1%, 2%. That's it. That's what they normally do. You know what I mean? But you guys is getting a whole 6 point something. I don't know what the point something is, but it's a whole 6 point something %. And it's like 59 pence an hour extra. I just when they say these things, right? I always think to myself, what are you going to do, right, with the extra 59p? Okay. And now you're thinking to yourself, well, 8 times. £4.72. Okay, £4.72. So shall we think of what we can actually do with the extra £4.72? That's a day. If you're the weekly figures, I'm just going off the top of my head, around £23.60. So let's go with the 59p. So with the extra 59p an hour, what are you going to do with that? Do you not realise, yeah, that when the politicians give themselves a pay rise, yeah, it's like, you know what, they can buy a Fiesta with that money what they give themselves, right? A brand new one, not one out of the loot. No. Or the auto trader. Right, them man is not even going to cinch. They're going straight to the main dealer with their pay rise, right? But you get 59p a day, and ULEZ, and as the ULEZ is £12 a day, right? Do you realise that the £4.72 doesn't even pay you half a ULEZ a day? I shouldn't even laugh at this, because this shit is not even funny. Not for you guys, it's not funny at all. Right? I mean, I'm speaking now, right, to anybody who's on the minimum wage that votes for the Tories. Okay, this is for you, because this is all, I just want to know what you're going to do with the extra £23.60 a week. I mean, if you live in London, I mean, you can't even pay 2 ULEZ with that. Not even 2 ULEZ that's going to cover. Right? And then obviously, remember, your gas charges is going up. Right? So I can tell you, right, that money, what they've just given you, that 59p, right, is actually a pay cut. So cutting your wages, because your wages isn't staying up with inflation. So that's a cut in your wages. Right, so already these people know that you're on the breadline. This is why they won't say to you, well, we're giving you an extra £23.60 a week. They won't break it down to you like that. They say to you, oh, you're getting 6%. You see, now 10 and 12 and 6%, right, for them, right, can work out to be quite lucrative. For you, it don't work out to shit. It works out to nothing. It's not even pocket change for them, because £23.60 is not pocket change for them. That's not pocket change. Okay, So they like to say, so they'll probably like say to you, oh well, you're not over it, yeah, £1,000, £1,000, bag of sand, right, elastic band for you. Oh God, yeah, seriously, I'm telling you, yeah, all of you benefit Tories, right, or you universal credit Tories, they've just taken a £20 off you. They've offered you a lower, right? It's lower than inflation, right? You've got higher food prices because I've noticed the food prices higher, right? So higher food prices, right? Higher gas prices. The petrol and diesel prices are at the highest ever, ever. Right? And you still think you're Tories, right? Because I know for a fact here that you guys can't afford to live in this Tory world. I know you can't, right? But you're still, right? Your racism is the thing that's hurting you. That's what's really hurting you, your racism, right? If you change that, right, you'd see a whole new, brighter world, right? Because look what Corbyn and McDonald was working on. Right? They was working on a universal basic income, right? Which right about now would have gone down pretty well for you, right? Yeah, because these guys, right? These guys are just going to take whatever money they can, right? And they're going to make sure that when they leave, right, that they fill their cousins and their friends, right, and their close relations. They're going to make sure that their pockets are as full as possible. Because remember, afterwards, yeah, these guys have got to draw back some of that money, right? You don't think they're just doing this, right? They're not just doing this for just for kicks. Right? You don't think Boris Johnson made Goldsmith into a lord just for kicks? He made Goldsmith into a lord for a reason, right? Because there's a payback. Lord Goldsmith owes him now for forever. Right, so that's the thing. Boris Johnson will probably get his lordship as well. Right, so this is the thing now. So these guys, these guys will stack these guys full of money, give them all these different contracts, right? But they will always be getting a little something coming back to them, because that's how it works, right? That's what you would do, right? Right. So don't think that they're any different from you, because they're not. Right, so they're just setting themselves up for the future. They just make sure set themselves up for the future. But as I said, yeah, our petrol cost is is the highest ever, the highest right now, right? But this is the world that you guys wanted to create, right? Because this is Brexit. But let's speak about some Brexit. Tesco's and the Co-op, have been putting brown sauce, HP, right, and salad cream in some of their refrigerators, right, just to show people that their shelves are not empty. Right? They're putting links. One place had a whole aisle basically full of links. Africa. That's my favourite one, but just the to roll on deodorant, dry. Right, that's my favourite one. Right? But this is what's going on in this country. But they like to say to you, you know what? Yeah, there's other countries that have got empty shelves too. That's not going on. This is not. It's not a worldwide problem. This is a Brexit problem. This is what's going on in Brexit Britain. Empty shelves. Right? And can you believe that Bill Cash is complaining about Brexit? Bill Cash is a senior Brexiter. Bill Cash, Brexiter, hard. Now he's complaining because Britain is shut out, right, of all the EU projects. You say, well, what, Bill? Didn't you realise that when you turned your back on the EU, that you was going to be shut out of all the projects? Ladies and fellas, if you divorce your wife or your husband or you leave your partner, right, you're not allowed to go around on Saturday night and play with the toys. Okay? You're not allowed to do that anymore. right? She will tell you that. He will tell you that. You can't come round. Right? You divorced them. You can't come round and play with the toys. Right? The toys are not open for you anymore. You see Matt Hancock, yeah? Matt Hancock got caught playing away with toys. Right? So now, right, his wife did fling him out. So he's not allowed to go to his wife and play with the toys anymore. Does that make it simple for you? Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, good. Right? Yeah, you're not allowed to go and play with the toys anymore. So Bill Cash should have realised this. Right? All the science projects that were out of Britain used to make a lot of money from these type of things. Right? But you know what? Britain wanted to step away. Right? And now Bill Cash, right, a member of the ERG, you know, right, the English racist group. Right, Bill Cash. I'm sure he's Sir Bill Cash, isn't he? Right? Right. But these people, yeah, I'm going to tell you, these people are so stupid. Right? And I believe that Bill Cash here is a man who looks like he's just been dug up. Right? He's actually just as great as John Major. Right? You know, you look at Bill Cash and think to yourself, you know, someone like him, right, he would have been better as a prime minister than Boris Johnson, because he looks boring as fuck. Right? But this guy, I'm telling you, this guy is as thick as two fucking short planks. Seriously, right? You know, I keep insulting planks, right? But seriously, right? How the hell you a member of the ERG and you're complaining about the Brexit that you brought on? Just fuck off, Bill Cash. Seriously, get the hell lost, right? You Dracula-looking motherfucker. Right, get the fuck off. You're just taking the piss. Right, seriously, right? But you Brexiters, right? And you know something, yeah? Anybody who's ever voted for Bill Cash, you're stupid. You really are stupid. You really are thick. Right? Anyway, guys, this is By Any Means Necessary. I'm the MC John Ribbs. It was really nice to speak to you guys. Comments below.